Hello and welcome to Brewing TV. I'm your host, Jake Keeler.
And I'm your other host, Michael Dawson.
Nah, just kidding. This is my wife, Lucretia. She came to me with the request of making a left-hand milk stout clone or a Young's double chocolate stout clone, two beers that she really enjoys. So instead of brewing it for her, I figured this would be a good opportunity to actually teach her how to brew her very own beer. So she's stepping up to the challenge. She's joining me for the brew day. I'm going to walk her through the basic steps of making a 5-gallon extract batch of beer. We have chosen Northern Brewer's Chocolate Milk Stout, which to me was a perfect blend of the two beers she wanted. So without further ado, let's get to brewing.
Yes.
All right. First thing we need to do is take inventory of our kit. So come over here and I'll show you what we got going on.
Come
Get over
over
here,
here.
woman.
Help me.
Basically what you have in a kit is you've got additives that you add to the boil that are going to give us the sugars that the yeast will eat, and you've got hops to add in at specific times during the boil. And then, like with a recipe like this, you might have an additive that is added in at bottling or in the secondary, so it doesn't go into the boil. It goes in after fermentation is complete. If we put this chocolate flavoring into the beer during the boil, the yeast would just eat these sugars and you wouldn't get that chocolate flavor. We're also going to add some lactose, which should give it that creamy, milky feel in the mouth. So it should be something like the Milk Stout or the Young's. And finally, you've got your yeast right here. What you want to do when you get this yeast from the kit is you want to smack it. I've already smacked it in preparation for today.
I saw you smack it.
Yep. You let it inflate to make sure that it's viable. And then you want to put it in the fridge until brewing day. So I'll pull it out now that it's brewing day. Yay, brewing with your wife! Sanitize your fermentation vessel. For this one, we're going to use a 5-gallon better bottle. You can use a blow-off hose. Sanitize solution. Solution downstairs where we're going to be doing the fermentation. I've already sanitized the vessel with Star San. There's that foam in there. You don't have to worry about that. I'm covering it up, so best way to do that, open up the bag.
Could you just use a tube sock?
You could use a tube sock. You could use pantyhose if your wife has some around, or if you have some around. Someone in the household. You could use a onesie. Always a good idea to have muzzle bags on hand.
Is that okay?
That should be fine.
Yes.
Kind of get it compacted down like this.
Do you have to slap it?
It wouldn't hurt. All right. Basically, if you've got a kettle with handles like this, just drop it in like this. Just get it started. Just wrap it around. So what about this beer, the Young's Double Chocolate Stout, has got you thinking we should have this on tap?
Well, I first tried both of them, the Left Hand and the Young's, when I was out with Mike's wife, Joanna. And I am a fan of chocolate, and I don't know, I'm not a really big beer person, but this was more like dessert, and I am a big dessert person, so, bring it on.
All right, cool. Sometimes waiting for a boil can eat up a lot of time, so it's nice if you can
Why
fill
don't
it
you
with
put the
other
lid on
things. We could do that too. She's making me a better brewer.
Saves energy.
When do we add this? Both you and Chip were asking me that.
Not today,
Not today. We are not adding the chocolate flavoring today.
because the yeast will eat it.
The yeast will eat it. We're going to add the chocolate flavoring at bottling. And I think we're going to bottle this beer as opposed to keg it, because I don't think 5 gallons in one keg in the chest freezer downstairs, it's going to sit there for quite a while. We probably won't be drinking this every single day. This might be the kind of beer that you break out on the weekend. You might break it out after dinner, maybe give a few away as gifts. So I think what we'll do is we'll put them in these really nice easy cap bottles, different sizes. It's a nice presentation. I think it reflects the kind of beer that's inside it. So when we do the bottling, that's when we want to add the chocolate flavoring. I mean, you literally add it in at the very last minute before it's going to go either to the bottle or keg if you are going to keg this beer.
Is this the stuff that you throw out in the grass?
It is the stuff I throw out in the grass.
In the sock?
It's hot. I mean, it's got near boiling liquid in it, so it's not something I want to caress and.
Could you just put it like in a bowl?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Cool
That's what that bowl over there is for.
Oh. Okay.
I give it one last shake.
Don't drip on me.
I won't drip on you. Don't squeeze the bag. Come on, don't be shy. All right, there you go. All right, now we're just gonna bring this up to a boil. When it hits boil, we'll add our first addition of malt. Just throw it in the compost here. Next year it'll fuel my hops.
Isn't the bag probably fine too?
I don't know.
I bet it is.
Okay, you said so.
Good job, pumpkin.
Want to check out my hops?
Didn't you already do a whole episode on your hops?
Yeah, but they look different now.
No, they do. They are a little hoppy.
Not huge in the first year. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
So at what point do you pick these?
Actually, pretty soon.
And then what do you do with them?
We need to dry them out, and that'll preserve a lot of the oils.
And how are you doing that?
Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to build like a screen. You can take like a screen from a screen door or a window screen. We've got some screen
Can you
material.
talk a little bit more about the screen?
Screens. You could throw a screen like in football, or
Don't know.
you could look at a screen, like a TV screen. Super close to a boil. It's just getting started right now. So what we want to do is add our malt extract. There we go. Let's get started. Simple. The steps involved are so simplified and so straightforward that,
Yeah, if you can brew beer,
yeah.
that means there are like 2 instructions. So.
That's true. I mean, I'm not a fan of,
Following directions.
well, sometimes.
You said you can't follow a recipe.
No, I have a hard
That's why
time
you
following a
can't cook.
recipe. I not that I can't follow a recipe or I'm unable. I think I just get bored with the process of just being like, it's already been laid out before me. Yep, you're gonna want to stir this in as well. We're gonna pour this in a little bit faster, so be ready. And go, 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 go. There we go. When you add hops to boiling wort, that's usually when a boil over occurs.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Why?
I'm not sure about the science behind it. Go to northernbrewer.com and check out our resources page.
Disappointed.
That's Dawson.
I wanted to learn something.
Here we go, 1 ounce.
Tell me if I need to spray it.
It's looking pretty good. Stirring seems to be taken care. All right, we got 30 minutes left in the boil until we need to add the other hops, and then after that we got another 30 minutes. So basically we just kind of stand around and wait. While we're waiting, why don't we take a look at a segment we shot a while ago with Lisa Morrison, aka the Beer Goddess. She does a radio program called Beer O'Clock. It's all about craft beer. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, let's take a look.
It's
It's Beer O'Clock, the hoppiest happy hour of the week. I'm Lisa Morrison, the beer goddess. It's great to have you here in our virtual pub for this week's round of Beer O'Clock, the show for people who love great beer.
Yep, you heard it. It's Beer O'Clock. Time to enjoy some great beer with an awesome lady, the beer goddess.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Well, I'm Lisa Morrison, and they call me the beer goddess. Basically, the reason why that happened and that came about was because several years ago, I was trying to avoid doing some work, and I was trying to look up a website URL, and I was just guessing at it. And one came up, and I thought, oh, that's kind of, and it said that it was available. I thought, well, that's kind of cool. And then I started thinking, I wonder what else is out there. And I typed in a couple, and then I typed in beer goddess, and it came up, and I thought, I like that. So I bought it right away and told a few people, and the next thing I know, I'm the beer goddess. Back then, there really weren't too many other women that were writing about beer. And the beer goddess thing just kind of seemed to work really well at the time.
A beer journalist by trade, the beer goddess has dedicated the last 15 years of her life to the advancement and enjoyment of craft beer. A job that's not too hard to pull off when you're living in Brewtopia, Portland, Oregon.
I really hope it could happen all over the country. That would be the best. If we could get this kind of culture, and not our culture because it's ours, but whatever works in different cities all over the country, doing what we're doing, I think that would be the best thing in the world for craft beer and for homebrewers at the same time.
Beer O'Clock is a weekly radio show hosted by the beer goddess. It is all about craft beer. What's out there, who's brewing it, who's drinking it. Basically, if it has anything to do with good beer, and that includes homebrewing, it's welcome here.
Homebrewing and craft beer are completely interchangeable in my viewpoint, because there's really, homebrewers are just doing what the craft brewers are doing on a smaller scale, and a lot of times what the homebrewers are doing wind up being what the craft brewers do down the road. I think that CDA, Black IPA, whatever the heck you want to call it, basically started as a homebrew recipe. And, those kind of things are always happening. It's those home brewers that are innovating, not that the craft brewers aren't, but they work so well together.
The show is pre-taped and edited on Wednesday, then airs on Saturdays on News Radio 750 KXL.
Well, we have to take a break, so fill up those glasses and get ready for another round of Beer O'Clock.
While advocacy of Northwest craft beer takes top priority, another important change the beer goddess hopes to make is getting more women interested and involved in good beer.
I think that women in craft beer are a perfect match, and women in homebrewing too, for that matter. I'd love to see more women getting involved in homebrewing, because that means that then we'd get more women involved in maybe being interested in being a brewer, and I think that would be a really, really cool thing. So we're on the right track. We still have a long ways to go, but it's really great to see a lot more women's faces at beer festivals these days.
Beer O'Clock isn't always laid back. Things get pretty hectic. Lots of people in and out, and of course, some very nice beer. On the day we visited the studio, there were 3 segments. The first guest was Carl Singmaster from the popular bottle store Belmont Station. Store staff call in to deliver a now pouring list of new beers in the market.
So what you got for us? Looks like you've been searching the internet and you found some fun things.
The beer goddess's second guest, Carrie Finsand. Morrison calls him Beer Guyver. Carrie works with the website taplister.com.
Flip-flops with bottle openers.
My personal favorite.
And I have those, but I don't really use them anymore. Kind of gross.
He shows up regularly on Beer O'Clock with a collection of wacky and wonderful beer-related gadgets and gizmos, like a beer squirt gun and a cooler chair combo.
This sounds like something that my producer TJ would be all over, because he likes that whole bum in the sand, feet in the water, with my favorite beer in hand kind of thing. So yeah, it sounds like a perfect lazy summer day kind of outfit.
Yeah, it's just a nice, relaxed way to drink beer and be more lazy.
I'm all about that. Well, Beer Guyver, thanks so much. It's great talking with you. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and let's check back next month for more beer and tech geekery.
The beer goddess's third guest.
Actually, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th guest.
Oh, that's right. The Brewing TV 3 with our homie Juno Choi.
And I gotta tell you, it's elbow to elbow in our virtual pub today because we've got 4 guys from Brewing TV here to talk a little bit about their new video program, Yet Another Way to Celebrate Great Beer. Hey guys, it's beer o'clock.
It's beer o'clock.
How you doing?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you.
Episode 3, which is airing this Friday, only on brewingtv.com. We go to...
Actually, it aired yesterday, Michael Dawson.
Right, because today's Saturday.
Oh my goodness. Where has Craft Beer Week gone? I'm all turned around.
Although, Juno, you're a native of Milwaukee. How does it feel for these towns to adopt Beer Town and kind of steal that title away?
Well, I think they've been doing quite well on the craft beer scene. You know, Milwaukee's always been known as a macro beer scene, so I'm willing to give it to them.
Oh, we appreciate it.
There you have it. Juno Choi has endorsed it. The city of Milwaukee is behind.
This advertisement has been brought to you and has been approved by Juno Choi.
That's right.
Yes.
Spokesperson for
And
Milwaukee
I
Wisconsin.
approve this. Yeah, there we go.
We had a great time, a great beer, and it became a great story.
Plus, we met a really great fellow lover of craft beer.
And beer's great. Woohoo! Yay!
I think we got what we need. All in a day's work for dedicated beer fans. Sorry about the timeline.
All right.
It was a great save.
You guys did
It was a
good.
great
Yeah.
save.
Thanks,
Like-
Tip.
Yeah,
That
thanks.
was awesome.
Continuity.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lisa Morrison for being such a gracious host and taking time out of her busy day. Spend some time with us here at Brewing TV. You know, one of the things you're supposed to do when you're brewing is enjoy some homebrew. Would you like to partake?
Sure, it is almost 10:30.
Whoa! I believe this is a brown ale, a nut brown ale that my brother made. I think it's one of his first brews. He just recently got into homebrewing. Good head on it. We drink them out of these lovely taster glasses from the Northern Brewer Brewing Network joint anniversary party this summer. Nice brown color, clean, good head. To my brother.
It's from your brother.
All right.
Take the gum out.
Nothing like a beer.
10:30 beer.
Nothing like being on summer vacation. Drinking beers at 10:30 in the morning.
Funny cracker?
Thanks for watching Brewing TV for Lucretia's first brew day. I think we did okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying my chocolate milk stout.
Yeah, it should be good. So we got a little chilling to do, but until next time, all for brew.
Brew for all! Woo!
But you don't know exactly what it's going to look like when it comes out on the other end.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think the brewing
Oh,
goes in
poop
brown,
joke.
comes up brown. All right, straight face now. Hello. Chocolate stout. Yeehaw. Okay. Come on.
Fine. Let's just do this.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on Lucretia's first brew day. Did you have a good time? Did you learn anything?
I tried, but you didn't know the answer.
That's why Dawson's usually hanging out with my wife. Okay. Cut!